will talk about the merits and demerits of extended family in Japan. Before explaining it, I will talk about the definition of the nuclear family and extended family to make it clear the difference between two styles of family. The nuclear family is a family formed to consist of children and the parents. For example, if a girl lives with her parents, it is a form of the nuclear family. In their house, nobody lives in their house except them. In contrast to the nuclear family, the extended family is a form to consist of children, parents, grandparents, aunt, uncle, and other relatives. If you live with your parents and grandparents, your style of family is extended family. In late years, nuclear families are increasing, but most families were extended families in old days. Extended family has some merits and demerits, and some Japanese people feel that the merits are bigger than the merits. First, I will talk about the merits of the expanded family, and next, I will talk about the demerits. First, there are many people in the house, so family will get lively. Secondly, the form of extended family leads to save the cost of living and everyone becomes to do housework together. Finally, children will learn consideration to elderly people through their grandparents. There are three demerits of extended family. First, there is no privacy. Everyone knows what to do. Secondly, parents and children have to think about nursing grandparents. Finally, the form of extended family may make the situation whose burden is too heavy. In this way, there are many merits and demerits of extended family.
Nuclear family is a family group that consists only parents and children, so persons in nuclear families can be free from the problems which people have if they live with relatives or in joint families. But there are many problems about raising children in a nuclear family. Nuclear families are suffering from the lack of the support for raising their children because parents, especially mothers, have to achieve both work and household chores, and they are tired at home because working. So some parents may become overly strict, and the children might feel afraid of their parents. Apart from depending on the parents for emotional bonds, children also might feel stressed if financial troubles exist. If they live in joint families, children can be provided more attention and financial support. There is a term joking relationship in cultural psychology, which means a relationship between two people that involves a ritualized banter of teasing or mocking. This relationship is good for bringing children up because they will be rich in emotions. The relationship between Chibi-Maruko-chan and her grandfather in Japanese cartoon Chibi-Maruko-chan is one of that. It is difficult to make this relationship between children and parents, so living in joint family is good for raising children for this meaning.
Today, we all feel single mother. I'll try thinking the difference between single mother and single parents. First of all, the definition of the single mother is naturally the woman birthing her child with no marriage relationship with the man of her child. In America, sometimes single mother is a woman with test tube baby and she thinks I don't want to marry, but I want my children. That's why the distinction of single mother sometimes we call single parents when he is alone by divorce and lose regardless of their sex. Through this passage of time, Now, we often trust single parents when only mother or father raise his child by alone. Let's look at the merit and demerit of this style of child raising. Single parents get the system of medical support to single parents. In this system, the self-governing supports single parents until their children grow 18 years old. However, this system is done by each self-governing. That's why the difference area how each system, and sometimes we have to consider the limit of salary, or likely some areas support all medical expense not only to their children but also to their parents. Second, self-governing supports the single parents for their job hunting. For example, the nursing and helper and child care. Single parents can receive the aid which part of their acquiring the qualification in order to get a steady job. However, this system has also limit of their salary. Third, this merit is related to mentor. Single parents have the freedom mentally because they can live with their parents. In fact, many people thought the single parent is more difficult than they thought. However, compared with before the divorce, they get much freedom and relax mentally, and may single parents get happier days than before. Above this, the single parents have some limits and demerits. However, through this investigation, I think many single parents may live happy mentally because of support by government.
Are talking about marital separation. There are some main reasons. First, to escape from DV or moral harassment. One person goes now to protect oneself from danger. Second, to stop fighting every time they meet. They distance oneself from partner not to break up their relationship. Third, to keep each life rhythm. If their working time is irregular, it's stressed to match the other life rhythm. Finally, cannot get along with family living together. There is a case that the relation between wife and husband's family is not well. Marital separation is not always bad thing. There are positive separation, DV, moral harassment, and gamble. Such as things are fears of physical, mental, and economic safety. They should live separately not to be blocking life. And they can think about themselves calmly during marital separation. And they break free from stress of human relationship. On the other hand, if couple choose living separately, it's easier to cheat on, and partner's heart parts from the other. Therefore, it is high risk to lead to divorce. In conclusion, marital separation has good and bad points. Couples need to sit down and talk about their lifestyle without impulse on the moment.